Good evening, hello everyone. So it's Sunday evening. We're just uploading vlog number 3, and I mentioned in my last video about getting to 100 subscribers, and there you go. We've already done it, which is fantastic. So thank you very much, everyone. I think it's quite traditional now. My wife's picked the orders on Sunday evening while I was getting the video ready, so here we go. Here are those 10 orders that I mentioned at the end of the last video, and there's quite a nice variety here. I think this was the largest order out of all of them in terms of lots. There's some quite interesting parts, lots of new, and lots of parts, odd parts that I don't sell very often. Some Technic bike parts there. Including these. Now, to be honest, I've forgotten what these are. Some sort of wheel rim, but all 4 of those. And then some other general bits. A little bit more Technic down there, so that's good. Then we've got this order here. I believe these were off the Adidas trainer, so you don't sell those very often, so there's a couple in there, so that's good. Then we've got just another general parts order, and the same one here, but I noticed in this one some clear glass panels, so as they're always good to go. This order here, just sort of general parts, and the same here. Now this order, these white ones seem to be selling very quickly at the moment. Every time I've found one, I've listed it and it's sold very quickly. And I noticed on Bricklink the sell-through rate of these has certainly increased recently, so I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Maybe they're in some sort of mock, but they're quite sought after at the moment. Then we've got some new doors. I think there's about 30 of them in there. And then we've got some minifigures, some Star Wars and some Marvel minifigures, some minifigure parts. And then we've got these. Now these look like the underwater aqua type parts, so maybe someone's replacing some missing parts from a set. I'll try and get these packed this evening, and then yeah, I don't think I'll get much time to do anything else tonight. I think it'll just be pack these up and enjoy the rest of Sunday evening with the family. Well, it's Monday morning, the 9th of September, so the start of the week. I just thought we'd go over the stats. So feedback's staying the same at 99.89%. Total number of orders now stands at 8,473, and we've got 128 fans. I'm going to start recording those metrics each week actually, so that I can see if the YouTube channel's having any effect on that. Let's have a number of parts. So we currently have 153,518 parts in the store, which is made up of 11,430 lots. That's, in terms of items, that's slightly down on last week, but the lot count is just slightly up. So that's telling me I probably need to do some parting out of some new sets. So I might make that a bit of a target for this week. And on YouTube we've got 106 subscribers now, so another 6 overnight. So what orders have come in? Well, we've had we've got 4 orders. I've already picked them. We've got this order here. This was mainly what looks like Speed Champions type parts. There's a couple of sticker sheets in there as well. We've got this order here, which was for some minifigure legs and some shields. Just a small parts order there. And then this order here for these Hero Factory sort of armour type parts. So we'll get those packed up and ready to go to the post office. I've just got the other orders set over there to get labelled up, so we'll get those done as well. Now yesterday evening I did get a little bit of time spare, so I started on another brick store file. These were mainly larger parts that I found when I got an opportunity yesterday to do some bulk sorting, and that's what these drawers are for. And I'll probably go into a bit more detail on that at another point. But when I was clearing some space down here and reorganising, I needed to condense some of the boxes into others. So it was really easy to take out these larger parts and just get them listed and get them out of the way. And that freed up enough space just to condense these 2 boxes down. So that's all good. So yeah, a little bit of work to do now before I start the main job. It's very early in the morning, as you can tell by my voice. But we'll get that sorted, and we'll see if there's any spare time to get some more listing done. So it's Monday lunchtime, and like I said this morning, I should probably look at doing a new part out. So I've cleared my working area, and I've brought down these from the sort of storage area upstairs. So this is set 60418. It's a city set. Now from memory, I think I got these from Tesco at the reduced section, I think. Our local Tesco now doesn't sell Lego. They've gone to the Entertainer, so no more Lego deals to be had. So I've had these for a while. I can't remember how much I paid for them, to be honest. But I've got 5 of them. So that's probably going to take me a while to do the part out for these. So I think it will be something I do a little bit each day. But we'll try and get them uploaded as quick as I can. But again, not going to put any pressure on myself. I've got quite a tough week this week with work. And lots of other things happening, so I'll just fit it in as and when I can. So just starting the part out now, and I thought I'd just share how I do it. I know there's lots of videos on YouTube from other sellers that show their parting out process, so I thought I'd show you mine. It might be a bit different to everyone else, but I think when you're doing a part out, you've got to find a solution that fits you, fits how you do it in your room. So it's not necessarily always the best way. I think we'll all sit here and say our way's the best, but this is simply how I do it. So I've undone all 5 of those sets, and I've laid out all the bags numbered 1 to 5. I've just opened up bag number 4, and I've split them down into 5 containers. Okay, so there were 5 sets, 5 containers. Each one of these should contain exactly the same pieces. So on the next step, when we start to separate them out into colour, I know that I want to get one of these 4x8 plates out of each box. And that's, for me, another way of making sure that I get the correct number. Every now and again Lego do make mistakes and there are the odd part missing, so rather than that error ending up in your Bricklink store, I can sort of route it out from the part out. Just next to them are all the smaller bags that came in bag 4. Interesting to note that a couple of them have still got the plastic bags, but the other 3 have still got the paper ones. And I'll do exactly the same with these as I've done with these. So I'll get another five trays and empty out one of these into each tray. So again, when I do the part out in the next stage, I'll be checking to make sure that I've got the correct number of parts. So I've just had a very unusual thing happen that I've never noticed before. It's really quite bizarre. So I've just opened up bag 5 and I've done the main part. So there's the 5 containers for bag 5. but bag 5 contained 2 of the smaller bags. Okay, both labelled bag 5, so I've got 10 bags here. And I thought, well, obviously I want to get 5 matching and then another 5 matching. So I noticed that there's a code on the bag, but there weren't 5 matching. In fact, this one, I think there was 3, and then there was this one that probably had a couple, no, another 3. Then there was this code, I think there was 2, and that one where again there was 2. So I thought, okay, well, nothing to worry about, I'll just empty out all 10 bags. The first 3 I opened looked all fine, they all matched. And then the next 2 I opened were obviously different, and I thought, again, no problem. But when I opened up the next one, as you can see here, there's no minifigure head. So we've got a couple of red parts there that match this box, but no minifigure head. And then we've got a couple of dark orange plates which aren't in this box. And then I opened up the next one, and this one looks the same as this one. And then I opened up these 2, and these have got the minifigure heads in them, but they look the same as the original one, but this one hasn't got a minifigure head, and it's got the dark orange plates. So the bag 5s have all been, they've been mixed around in a couple of the sets. So Lego must have changed how they did the manufacturing. I suppose that's the only explanation. But it makes this part of the part out harder for me. Oh well. When I come to do these 10 boxes, I'll do them all at the same time to make sure that we get all the counts correct. But I have to say, I've never seen that before from Lego. Really bizarre. Morning. It's Tuesday morning. It's early. But I've got a big day with the day job today. Slight confession to make. I didn't do any videoing last night. I got distracted while I was doing the picking with a business call. So unfortunately didn't record anything. So I've already picked and packed the orders from last night, and the main thing to note is that I got 5 orders on Brickhowl, all low value, but I got 5 orders, and that's quite unheard of, really. I've never known that on a Monday. And then on Bricklink, I only got 4. And what's interesting to note there is the number of orders I'm getting with the payment method of Stripe. So that's really helped out, and I did sort of touch on that a couple of vlogs ago. So if you've still not turned on Stripe, I do recommend it. So there was only 1 order overnight. That's this one, a couple of those small plates. So we'll get that added to the orders to go out. What else did we do? So we finished off emptying all the bags out for the city set, ready for part out. So now we've got all of these trays, sort of all in sets of 5, all matching. I did note yesterday that the bags that contained 2 smaller bags, the 2 smaller bags weren't the same across the number of bags, and that was the same with the rest of them. So that'll make that bit a little bit more challenging. I'll probably just end up mixing them all together and sorting them out that way, but we'll overcome that. Now I can't start on that until I've finished off this. So I managed to get up to the 100 lots on the used. So they're all in a brick store file, but I just need to get them put away, and then we can start on that. Now, like I said, I've got quite a busy day today with the day job, so I don't know how much of this I'm going to actually get done. Probably, it might be nothing, but we'll see. So I've managed to put away all of those used lots. We ended up with 235 items with 103 lots. So I just need to sort out the pricing. So let's just do that. And there we go, total value just short of £60, which again, really happy with, because there was a lot of small parts in there, not huge quantities, just some stuff that I have in all that bag Lego. So that's really good. Let's see if we can see what was the most expensive. Oh, so that was those two, I had two monorail base plates that I just found in the bulk lot as I was sorting. And like I said, I took out some of the larger items to get those listed. So they're worth £5.60 each. So that's good. And then we've got a couple of minifigure shields, and a cat, and then the very popular net string. It's always good to find one of those. So yeah, quite a few things there, just worth just over £1. Awesome. Right, let's get that uploaded. And that's just open on my other window. So let's copy that into there. Verify. There we go, 235 items, 103 lots. Okay, so before we started we were down to here with 11,427 lots. Let's just refresh that. And we've moved up a couple of places. We're now at 11,510. I've got a feeling that might be my highest ever lot count. I don't think I've been over 11,500 before. I'm not sure, I might have to check that. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. That's really good. Still way off the top of this page. I've got another 500 lots to go. But you know, you keep chipping away, you keep trying to grow. Again, there's no pressure. It's just a nice metric just to measure myself against. But I'm quite happy with growing the store as slow as it is. You know, there's only so many hours in the week, and I just keep chipping away. So now that my desk is cleared, nice big empty space, the next task will be to start the parting out of the new city sets. So it's late Tuesday afternoon, and I've started to do a little bit of the parting out of the new set. I had to rush out earlier. My lad managed to lose his iPhone, and luckily it had just been placed on a wall near the street he was playing on, so thank goodness for Find My iPhone. So I've made a start on this already. So the way I do it, and this is primarily because I'm limited by space, is we'll create a brick store file using the import method from an existing set. So we brought that in. We've put the quantity as 5. Now sometimes I will part out the minifigures, and sometimes I'll leave the minifigures as a whole. So the easiest way of doing that is just to do it twice. One way you break out that you part out the minifigures, and one way you don't. But the overall value was literally £1 different. So I've decided on this one that I'm going to part out the minifigures, just to increase the lot count really. So I've done that, and then I reorder it by colour. It's easier to pull out of all of these containers. It's easier to do it by colour. So I've started with black, blue and bright pink, and the reason for that is that there's about 55 lots in those 3 colours, and like I say, that's for space, so I can get the 55 individual lots into these small containers here, and then I've got a few containers for any larger parts. Now you'll see that I've already got some light bluish grey, some white and some red already in these containers, And that's just, I'm just taking out some of the bigger parts that make my trays a little bit easier to stack, so I don't knock them over and don't have any accidents, which I've done before. So I'll just take those out as I'm going through. It makes no difference, and obviously they're all going to get parted out anyway. So here's what I'm working on at the moment. I've done 4 of them already. This is the 5th one. So I'm looking for any black or blue parts because I think I've already got all the bright pink now. And I'll take those out and put them into the containers. But as I'm doing that, I've already kind of remembered that, for instance, I need 2 of these Technic beams. And this is the point where I can say, look, if there's one of these missing out of this tray, then I know that Lego never sent them originally, and I can make a note to reduce the inventory by 1 on this particular part. Now, when you get down to the smaller parts, that's when it's more important. I wouldn't count parts where there might be 50. I'll probably take a best guess on that. You know, but when you've only got 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 parts in a tray, it's really easy to do and it takes no extra time at all. So that way, hopefully, no errors come into my inventory when I do this. Fingers crossed. So I'm going to crack on now with the rest of the black. I've still got obviously quite a few containers to go at, but we'll get them all out, and then because it's a brick store file, I can then put all of this away, get it all back in the drawers and clear the space again, and then we simply move on to the next colour or colours, and again the round about the 50-60 lot mark, and we keep doing that until we've finished. Nice and easy. Okay, so there we go. We've got all of the black, blue and bright pink all separated out into the containers. So we will get we'll get the store imported. There we go. And then we'll just update the remarks. Okay, so that's that done. So now I'll get everything put away in those colours. We've got some new places to find. So while I'm doing a part out, I always like to listen or watch someone on YouTube, and today we're catching up with Ian's Bricks. He's just doing a review of sets that are retiring at the end of the year, so it's an interesting watch. I don't do a lot of Lego investing, but yeah, I still like to catch up with Ian. In fact, I did meet him at the Milton Keynes Brick Festival a couple of years ago. So yeah, always a good watch. Right, we'll get all this put away and then we'll get on with the next colour. Morning. It's Wednesday morning. We've only got 3 orders that have come in. They've already been picked. So this one, just some hinge bricks and a couple of pieces. They look quite old actually. Looks like a kind of master of some sort. Next order, just a minifigure and a Technic piece, and just a couple of parts there. So last night I managed to find, I think, the problem with my website, so I fixed that bug. So that means I can hopefully now move on to phase 2, where hopefully I'll be able to allow other people to use it. More details on that to come once I've figured it all out, but I've got quite a bit more coding to do on that now. So I can crack on with that in the evenings. The new set that we're parting out, that kind of came to a grinding halt, but I've made a start on the dark bluish grey, the teal and dark orange. So still got a few more trays to go through for those colours, but that's ongoing. We'll fit that in whenever we can. So yeah, I've got a little bit of time now before the day job starts. So we'll get these orders off to the post office. And then, yeah, we'll get cracking on with a bit more partying out. So it's Wednesday evening. In fact, it's quite late Wednesday night. We've only had one order today. Just a selection of new parts, all in white. Possibly a Speed Champion set, something like that. So that's already done. I have finished putting away all of that city set. There we go, one nice clear empty side. I just need to register the instructions to get the insider points, and I've got the Brickstore file here all ready to go. So I'm going to upload that in a minute, and yeah, after that I've got another hour or so, so I might do some bulk sorting, or I might start to create another Brickstore file, or I might do some coding. I don't really know. Just a quick update actually while I've got it open on YouTube. We're up to 129 subscribers, which is fantastic. So thank you very much. If you have already subscribed. If you haven't, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This is not the end of the week though, so I will catch up with you later. Okay, so I'm about to upload the Brickstore file from that city set, and then hopefully I'm going to show you some of my website and how I manage the selling prices. So if this makes it into the video, it means it worked, which will be great. If it doesn't work, I might just leave it out, but we'll see how we get on. So very quickly, I'm just going to run through uploading this. So let me just set all the prices to the average. So we get a price guide. I don't know if you can just see that in the top corner. So it's £401.18. I've done all my remarks, so that's all. It's all good to go. So I'll just bring this over here. We'll verify. Okay, so 3,500 lots, 3,500 items in 266 lots. So let's see if that moves us up the list at any point. So here we are. We're sat at 11,505. So let's refresh that. So we're now at bang on 11,600. We didn't move up at all, but yeah, it's still good. And again, for me, I think that's probably the highest I've been. Okay, so I'm going to pause now. I'm going to get my website ready, and then I'm going to show you what I do with the pricing. So 1 second. Okay, so this is my website now, and we've just imported set 60418, the Police Mobile Crime Lab, and it was originally had an RRP of £49.99, and I think I purchased it for £30 from Tesco. So if I just break this down, I'm showing that we can get a part out value of £86. I don't know if you can just see that over on the left. There it is. £86, which gives us a part out ratio of 2.88. And the overall set sell through of this set is 35.31. Now that means just over a third of the parts will sell out in 6 months based on the average. And according to my settings, this is a set I should buy for part out. If the buying price was a lot higher, this would recalculate and I'd get a message here saying it's not worth buying. And and that's a quick indication for me as to whether I should buy this set or not. Now if I just take you through the prices, it's ordered in part number. This column is my current selling price. Okay, so that's public knowledge. You can have a look at my store and see these prices as they are. This is the current Bricklink 6-month average selling price, and then this is the difference. If it's in orange, it means that I am more expensive than the average, and if it's in red, it means I'm cheaper. Okay, this is my current stock on hand, just where it's located. The condition is new, and I got these options then to update the selling prices or recheck them. Now, the update selling price, it'll update a selling price to a price that has been calculated by the website. Now that's based on certain things. The main thing is the sell through. So for instance, if we look at this part, it's 970C00, which is minifig legs. There you go, in white. We're showing that this has got a sell through of 560. Okay, which means that the demand for those legs is outstripping the supply. We know that because it's over 100. If we click on that, we can actually go and have a look at the price guide. So here we can see that in the last 6 months, 9,481 have been sold, but there's only 1,693 in stock. So you can see quite clearly that based on the averages, there isn't enough supply to meet that demand. So we get a really high score. So because of that, the site's calculated that we should be selling our minifig legs in white at a higher price than the average. Okay, so it's recommending that we set it to 0.836, so 84 pence, as opposed to 60 pence that it is now, with the average being at 59 pence. Now that's adjustable. I've set up a little sort of array that will change those values depending on how far or how big the sell-through is. Because it's such a big sell-through, it's got quite a high price increase, and that's configurable. Now this one, I've picked out this one as an example. It's telling us that I'm about 35 pence too cheap, and this is a torso that obviously we've just uploaded. So you might be questioning, if I've uploaded it based on the average from Brickstore, why is it 35 pence too cheap based on this price? It says it should be 91 pence. So if I just click on here, and we're going to have a look at the average, what we'll see is that the actual average is, like I just said, 91 pence. And there's me at 65 pence. I'm the only person selling this torso in the UK. And that's the important thing. UK. Brickstore uses the global 6-month average. And what I've done is I've used the UK average. So therefore, I shouldn't be selling it at 65 pence because that's now quite cheap in the UK. So I need to update that. And because it's got a 60% sell through, it's recommending that I should be selling that at just over £1. So we're going to go from 65 pence to just over £1. So let's do that. Let's update it. And this is one of those annoying bugs that I've been talking about because I've not been using the site. It's logged me out and it thinks I'm looking at used. let's just go back. So there's new. So there we go. We can now see that the price is now £1.03. Sorry, just over £1. Against the average of 91 pence, and we've now gone green. That's simply saying that I have it at the price that we think it should be at. So if we just go back to Bricklink and we just refresh this page, you'll see now that the price is £1. It's just over £1, and again, that's me, indicated by the yellow square. So that's the price updated straight away. Now, if we scroll down the rest of the set, you'll see lots of prices that are orange, lots of prices that are red. There's the odd one that's green, but there's obviously quite a few, and all the prices are all quite different. Some are out by really small amounts. You wouldn't even worry about it. But some are out by pennies, 2 pence, and more. So, I'm going to update all of them. So, this is the point where it could either go drastically wrong or it'll work perfectly. So, I'm just going to pause, I'm going to log back in and make sure we're all good, and then I'm going to run it. Okay, watch this space. Okay, so we're logged back in. And I'm just going to hit this button here, update all prices as suggested. Now, the screen's gone blank. It's actually just a black screen at the moment as this loads. And like I've always said, this is a sort of work in progress. But what it's currently doing is it's going through each one of those parts and telling Bricklink to update my selling price to the suggested selling price. Now, because I've only just uploaded this set, and because I've got every single part in stock, it means it has to go through every single one. So it does take a little bit of time. In fact, just coming back to this page, there was 268 lots, which is 268 price amendments to make. Now at the moment, I don't have really a quick way of doing it. It has to fire off the API to Bricklink 268 times. It's one of those areas where I don't know if there's a quicker way of doing it. The API documentation you get from Bricklink is a little bit sort of thin on the ground. It doesn't really tell me if I can do sort of bulk price updates. So we'll let that work away. In fact, if I refresh this, as you can see, look, these have all gone to green now, because we've now updated all of those prices to my suggested, and it'll be working through. A lot of these will be green now. Yeah, you can see there's a lot more now green. Now, I'm not going to sit here and wait for that to finish. We can go and check some of these. Let's take this product here. So we've got, if you can see that, part 3668. It is it's a Technic brick. So it's the axle and wheel holders for the set. Now, we've got that down at 9 pence. The average is 11 pence. But that's because the sell-through is really small. It's at 6. So we've lowered the price on that one below the average. So let's just click on that. There we go. So yeah, in the last 6 months, only 258 have sold, but there's 3,855 in stock. So quite a poor selling product. There's the average price at 0.113. Now we've got 0.112. Now you probably say, why is that different? It should be exactly the same. But the reason for that is that the API gives you more accurate information. It's more up to date when it comes to the number of sales. I know that because the API also pulls out figures like time sold, the total quantity, and the API is different. I get a different value for that simply because another sale has happened in the meantime. I think this page is only updated daily. I could be wrong on that, but the API seems to be more accurate. Yeah, so we've now changed the price to 9p. So let's just go back here and see where we are. Yep, there we go. There's the yellow symbol for me, and we're at 9p. And I've got 21. Yep, all matching. 21 in stock, and we're at 9p. So that's worked. So there you go. That's just one of the things I do with my site when it comes to checking my selling price, and it's pretty quick once it's done. Now, I do plan to release this to maybe some beta testers in the future. I've still got to do my phase 2 coding with this site, which will allow me to, or which will allow you to put your own Bricklink API details in, and then you can pull your own information. Because one thing that's sort of certain is that the 6-month average selling price is the same for everybody. It's no different for me. It's publicly available through the Bricklink site. You can calculate the sell-throughs. But obviously with the brick store side of things, you're getting the global averages. So that's the main difference. So yeah, once I've done a little bit more work to allow this to be multi-user, I will then sort of open it up. But if anyone's got any feedback, if anyone has any suggestions, any ideas, or anything they don't like, please let me know. Thanks very much. So it's Thursday morning and just a couple of orders have come in overnight. This one's got some new black slope bricks and a Homer Simpson minifigure. And then this order here is for some tiles and some parts that look like they were from the Sonic the Hedgehog set. These tiles were only listed last night, so they're sold straight away. And if my video on my price changes gets in, this was actually one of the items that went slightly up in price. Not by a huge amount, but it went slightly up based on the UK average. So what else did I do last night? You can't tell, but I did do a little bit more bulk sorting, and that reminded me actually that when I did the previous lot, I found this 1x1 round brick and this 1x1 round plate, and they're actually required off my wanted list. I just needed one of each for a couple of minifigures, and one of them, if I'm right, one of them was quite valuable. So there we go, SH0176. Let me just see if I can swap hands. And let's go and find out what SH0176 is. Oh, so that's Ultimate Ultron. Wow. So in terms of current items for sale, I mean, look at that. One sold for £40 and one is sold for £20. Such a difference. But in terms of used, they range from £31 all the way up to nearly 100. So we'll have a look at those, but average price is just short of £32. So that was a really good find in the bulk. Now then, what was the other one? Let's just go back. And the other one was SW0836. Okay. That's just one of those Star Wars droids. I'm not sure that's worth a lot, but let's have a quick look. Oh, no, not superheroes. Star Wars. Here we go. Okay, surgical assistant droid. That's just worth a couple of quid. But it completes another minifigure. So I shall add those to the next used brick store file that I make. Still got some more YouTube videos for me and bricks to catch up on, so that'll be background entertainment when I start on the next file, I think. So we just had a booking for set 10333, Lord of the Rings Barad-dûr. So that's going out for a few weeks. It's a really big set that's quite nice, and lots of minifigures in there. And the customer's bringing back Colosseum and the roller coaster, so we'll get those checked and they'll be available in the hire service soon. So yeah, a bit of a swap over today on East Midlands Lego Hire. Got some more bookings for the weekend. Still plenty of choice. So if you do see this video and you are interested in making a hire, come check us out on Facebook. Just search for East Midlands Lego Hire. So it's Thursday evening, and we've just got one order that's come in today for some sort of oldish parts actually. I can't remember what set these were off. I know the blue ones were off space sets, but I'm not sure about the red ones. But a bit of string, a door, and a canopy type, or some sort of window. Anyway, so that's all packed. But today's been sort of a busy day for deliveries. So I've got an Amazon box over there with some new sets for parting out. And then I've had a stationary delivery because I was getting short on some of the cardboard boxes, so that's in there. And then I've had this delivery from Argos, but I'm not going to talk about what that is. That will hopefully be a new set for next week for East Midlands Lego Hire, so watch this space. And talking of East Midlands Lego Hire, I've had this comment from Yellow Brick Road talking about or questioning how long it takes to do the reverse check / admin for the return on investment. So the thing is when the set comes back from a customer, we try to encourage a sort of honest appraisal of the condition of the set. So the customer will let us know if there's any missing parts. And by not charging the customer for those small parts, we just get them replaced and you end up again with a full set. Interestingly, the customer tonight told me about a broken part, which was easy to sort out and replace. So one thing that we don't and cannot do, we cannot check that every single part is in that set. That would make the business unviable. It would take far too long. So we don't. We always try to encourage the customer to let us know if there's any problems when they do the reverse bag of the set, and that's worked so far. They let us know about missing parts and we get them replaced free of charge. End of story. One thing that there are a couple of bits that we do check. Minifigures. We'll always check minifigures, and that takes a couple of minutes, depending on how many there are. Obviously, there are some sets with one minifigure. There are some sets with up to 20. So it's just a few minutes work just to make sure that the minifigures are all there and complete. If the set has got a motor and a battery box, they're packed separately within the box, so they're easy to check. And then there are some sets where we know there's a rare part. So take the Millennium Falcon, the cockpit. we'll check that. The radar dish, we'll check that and make sure that they're there. And that's it. Touch wood, we've not had any issues, and we hope that we'll continue to not have any issues. But if we do, that's why the customer pays a deposit. So yeah, the admin side of it when it comes back is actually not as bad, or not, it doesn't take as long as you think. So hopefully I've answered your question. If I've not, let me know in the comments. So what else am I up to today? I made a decision on these Bionicle sets that are part complete. I've got a wanted list for all the missing parts, but they've been taking up room on the side here, and I think when I did that part out of that new set yesterday, it just drove me up the wall, the fact that I can't get to the drawers behind, and I'm going for it. I'm going to try and clear this top. So we'll see how we get on over the weekend. But going back to the Bionicle, some of the parts that I need, you know, they're a good £2-3 each. And when I was looking at the values, it didn't make any sense. I would spend £2-3 plus postage to get the parts, and then the set would be worth £5 or £6. It hardly feels worth it. So I'm just parting them out, and I'll add all the bits into the store. Simple as that. So that's been ongoing. I managed to do a little bit of that at lunchtime and then early evening. So I'll carry on with that. I've got some unboxing to do. I've got more stationery to put away because I've had another delivery of mail light bags as well. So that's taking up room in the hall. So I've got to sort that out. So yeah, hopefully be a busy evening of sorting and trying to get this brick store file complete. But we'll see how we get on. So it's Friday morning and we've had just one order coming overnight, just for a couple of parts. I think this string is a used part, but I only uploaded it again just a couple of days ago. Quite popular, those strings. So that's good to go. So we'll get those packed up shortly. I did do some more work on the Bionicles. I've got it down now just to 2 sets that are left, but each one only needed 1 part and they were quite small value, so I've placed an order on Bricklink for those. So when those parts come, we'll get those sets completed and then listed as sets, and they can be removed and this box can go. We condensed the base plates down into 1 box, so I just need to find somewhere else for that to go, and that'll clear that. And I've got a pile of base plates. These have all got some form of damage, chips, marks. I don't think they're good enough to go in the store, so I need to make a decision on what to do with them. I went through this pile as well, and in there I found these sails. So as I was making up a used brick store file, I thought, right, let's get them straight in. So we've created the 100 lots. It's slightly more, 104. But the files here now, let me just see if I can adjust the camera. So I've not looked at the value of this. So let's get that done, and then I'll take you through any interesting pieces. So if you remember, I spoke about those 2 minifigures, so I've got those in. So let's update to the average. Wow, that's £205. That's amazing. So let's have a look at the most expensive. So what have we got? So yeah, there's that Ultimate Ultron that's coming in at £31.83. And then it's the 3 sails. I'm just trying to remember what set they were from. Let me just see if I can work that out. just go back to where we had the parts. Just gonna try and find it now. Here we go. So it's set 6271, the Imperial flagship from 1992. Now, interestingly, I think I've found some of the main boat pieces in there as well. I may have already listed those previously, but I have seen them in the used bulk. So, I mean, that's fantastic. £22, £18.95 and £13. And I just had them in between all that paperwork. I was probably keeping them flat, actually. And then there's a couple of other, there's a cloth tent, £7.80, and then a vehicle roof of a wagon. That's in quite poor condition, actually, so I'll check the price on that. There's a lot of fraying on that one. Another sale, £4.70. Oh yeah, and then these Bionicle squids. Oh, these are a strange thing. These rubber Bionicle squids. So they're worth £4 each on the trans yellow. That's the trans yellow. And then we've got nearly £3 on the trans orange. So that's a good find. What else have we got? A Bionicle spinner. So that's come out of one of the Bionicle sets that I've sort of parted out. Technic conveyor belt, a minifigure utensil wrench, a couple of quid, and it goes on. Lots of things valued at over £1, which is just fantastic. So yeah, brilliant. £205 for that file. So we'll get that put away. I'll do it in dribs and drabs over the day, a bit at lunchtime, or maybe a bit before I start work, a bit of lunchtime, and then early this evening, I think, and we'll try and get that away before the weekend. The other job I've got to do, I can reveal now, is New Set Friday. So this was the set that we were working on undercover for the past few days. This is set 10278, the police station. So I'll be doing a short on that shortly, and we'll get that revealed to everybody on the Facebook group. So yeah, that's going to keep you busy this morning, and we'll see what else we can get done later. So it's Friday afternoon, and just got a couple of sets to sort out for East Midlands Lego hire. So set 43242, which is Snow White's cottage. This was returned earlier by a customer who then took Corner Garage, which was great, so just a straight swap. But this has gone straight out again. So I've got a customer calling in very soon to pick that up. And also, just as a reminder, don't forget we're doing the referral scheme. So I'll hand you a voucher that will get £5 off your first order. So if you give that to a friend or a colleague and they redeem it with me, they'll get a £5 discount. And because I track those vouchers, the person who did the referring will then get a £10 credit for their next hire. So nice and simple, but I'm handing one of those out with every hire that we're doing. So because it's Friday, it's New Set Friday. So we launched the police station earlier on. So I did a short for that. It's already had 47 views in the first 4 hours, which is I think pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. My expectations are, I don't know if they're low or what, but I feel quite happy with the way YouTube's going at the moment. So again, thank you to everyone who's watched and subscribed. What's on for the rest of this evening? Might do something a bit different today. I might actually go and build a Lego set with the kids. We'll see. So there we go. This is the set that I built with the boys. It's the Kingfisher. It's a really nice little set, that. But that was done for sort of personal reasons. So it's Saturday morning, and we did pick a few orders last night, primarily because one of them had 106 lots, another one had 35 lots, so we thought we'd get them picked, but I've come down this morning and we've had another 5 orders on Bricklink, which makes it an absolutely phenomenal Friday night. So I'm really pleased with that. So these are the orders that we have picked so far. So this is the 100 lot order. There's a whole variety of parts in here, mixture of new and used, all sorts of stuff. Couldn't even begin to imagine what that would be for. This is the second largest order. This was the 35 lot order, and lots of bits of Technic, lots of red, lots of white. Again, not really sure. Then we've got minifigure order going out. Another smallish parts order here. This is one of the 2 orders from Brickhowl, and then we've got this one going out on Brickhowl as well, a set of instructions for 75101, and just some parts in there as well. So I'll get these packed, and then we'll start picking those other 5 orders. And I've got a few errands to run this morning, so it'll sort of be as and when I can do it, but we'll get these to the post office before lunchtime. That's the kind of only deadline I set on a Saturday. Only so that I try and get into the postal system before lunchtime, otherwise they just sit there till Monday. So busy morning ahead. Let's get cracking. So I got a bit carried away doing the packing, and I forgot to record the orders. So 2 of them have already been packed and put away. They were just sort of general parts orders, but these are the other 3 that are left. This one is 3 tiny parts going to New Zealand. It's not a track service, so they paid about £5 on the postage for that. But yeah, I mean, every order's an order, so great. Then we got this order here for some dragon parts. There's a couple of wings, there's a dragon head, so it looks like the customer is trying to complete a dragon. And then we've got this order here. This is a great order. We've got an original space base plate there, and then lots of blue and white. We've got printed parts, so it looks like replacing or rebuilding an original space themed ship, I think. I've forgotten the name of the series, but lots of transparent dark blue. So yeah, that's a great order, so thank you very much. So we'll get those packed, added to the other orders, and we'll get them off to the post office. So it's Saturday afternoon, and I've managed to complete a few jobs. I've done a bit of organising over here, so these base plates have now been moved over to this side, which has freed up some more room on top of these drawers here. I've just listed this on Facebook as a job lot, and the same with the Harry Potter gift with purchases. They're on Facebook now, so if they sell, I'll clear up 2 full drawers. Still waiting on the parts to come in for the Bionicle sets, but then that box will go, so it just leaves me with that area just to tackle. Now we've had a set returned to East Midlands Lego hire, set number 10257, the carousel. So that just needs to be checked, and then the refund for the deposit can be given. So I'll do that next. And then I had this Amazon delivery just the other day, so this will be the next task, because these should all be just some sets for parting out. So it's a city set, set number 60407. which is the double-decker sightseeing bus. So I've got 4 of those, and they're just to go straight into the store. So quite a few parts in there that I don't have. So that'll be the task after I've checked the carousel. Unknown if I'll get them actually finished today, but we'll see how we get on, because they're not huge, so we'll see. So it's Saturday afternoon, about 5 p.m, and it's been quite a busy afternoon with various things going off. So first of all, I listed these on Facebook and they've sold, so I'm just awaiting payment, and then I'll find a suitable box and get those packed up, but they'll go out on Monday. I finished the parting out of those 4 city sets, so all nice and clear, all put away, all done. I'm just about to upload the brick store file. What else have we done? I mean, it's made quite a difference actually. There's lots of drawers now that are pushed back in because they've been filled up. Got a few more on this side, but still plenty of room left for some more sets, so that'll be another task another day. So let's get this brick store file uploaded. I've already set it to the average. The value of that is £251. I'm not sure it's going to make a huge difference to where we are. I don't know if you can see this, but we're currently here sitting at 11,607 lots with 156,000 parts. I don't think we'll actually move up a position, because I don't think there's about 130 lots to get to the next position, and yeah, this set's only got 149 lots in it, and I did have quite a lot of it already. Okay, so without further ado, let's upload. Here we go. Let's just paste that in. Verify. What was interesting about this set, there was a few parts that I've never seen before. Let me just see if I can find them on there. A new shape of tile. There we go. So they're called a modified 1x2 wedge. Now normally in the Speed Champion sets they're kind of more of a slope tile. But these are flat. So I've never seen those before. And I got 4 left and right in black, and I think 4 left and right in red as well. So it'll be interesting to see if they sell quickly or if they'll sit there for a while. I suppose you've got to wait for the mock creators to start using those in sets. So there you go, 1,500 parts, 149 lots. So let's upload that. And I will send out the wanted list notifications as well on that. So yeah, that says about 58 lots added. So let's just go back to this page. I'll refresh with my other hand. And there you go. We didn't move up at all, yeah, as I suspected. But 11,665 lots now in the store, which is fantastic, and 158,000 parts. So closing back in on the 160,000. So I think that's about it for today. It's like I said, it's just gone 5 o'clock, so I think I'll go and sit in the garden. It's a lovely day, so I'll go and spend some time with the wife. So it's Sunday afternoon, and I've decided I'm going to try and tackle this pile of instructions. So there's quite a few to go through. I'll just check condition and see if it's worthwhile listing, because they do take up quite a bit of room. But it's just one of the final bits from this area over here. Now, I've already posted out the base plates that sold yesterday on Facebook, so they've already gone. And then this has been lying there for quite a while. This is a box for set 6360. It's quite old, but it's in quite good condition. And it's got the inner bit, which is this bit here. And that's sold for £10, but it's going to Italy. So there's a big box there to be packed up later on. Okay, so next job. Hello, young man. This is where I take the advantage of having children. So Charlie here is going to help me sort through all of these Wombi plates, which has all come from sorting out all the bulk U. So all of these drawers over here are all part of the bulk U. So this one's nearly full. I think it's about time we got these sorted out, and hopefully today we'll get those listed. So Charlie, are you going to help me out?
Yeah.
Good lad. Okay, so there we go. That's that tray all sorted out. We've done it all in size order, so we've got, there you go, all the different sizes. Plenty of 1B8s, 1B6s and 1B4s. As always, non-Lego. We'll get rid of them later. And, you know, a few miss sorts, but they'll just go back into the bulk bins. So, thank you very much for your help, Charlie. Did you enjoy doing that? Are you going to help colour sort now?
No.
I didn't think so. Okay, so we've made a start on the brick store file. I've done all the 1B1 plates and I'm just working on the 1B2s. So that's current progress. And so far we've got 366 items with 29 lots. So it's not a bad start. I don't think I'm going to achieve the goal of getting all this listed today. Yeah, I think it's more realistic that this will be a task that we carry on into next week. You know, but we'll just keep chipping away at it. So that's what I've been doing this afternoon. And because it's Sunday, my wife has picked the orders that we've had in so far. So they're here, just ready for bagging up and packing. But there were 7 orders since yesterday morning, isn't it? So yep, 7 orders, total value £78. So again, quite happy with that. That's a good result. But all the orders were on Bricklink. There was absolutely no orders on Bionicle at all. So oh well. So I'm gonna sort of finish now. We'll get the video ready to upload shortly. So again, if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. And of course, if there's any comments, please let me know below. I'll try and reply to everything. But thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next video.